This guy's fucking hilarious. I'm so happy he's hosting this portion of the show. Put your hands together for Tim Wolfe.
You guys ready to hear some jokes? You guys ready to hear some jokes? Boy, oh boy, do I sure hate airplane food. Who else hates airplane food? I was on a plane once, and the food was so bad, I jumped out of the plane mid-flight. And everybody thought I was nuts. And then the plane hit the North Tower. Hi guys, how you doing? I was driving here and I saw this, there's this girl. You ever see a girl like walking down the street who looks really attractive from the back? But then when you see her from the front, you realize she has a rape whistle. This girl I work with the other day, she told me that she had sex with a black guy. And I said, man, is it really true? They have those giant penises? And she said, well, let me just put it this way. His nickname is Arizona Iced Tea. And I said, oh, shit. And she said, do you have a nickname? And I said, yeah, 5 Hour Energy. I was watching porn this morning. I DVR'd at night, and cause I like to skip the commercials. So by porn, I mean the Disney Channel. That's what I'm talking about. No, I don't actually like porn, but I love the titles of pornography because they're hysterical. And I saw a couple titles that were extra hilarious. The one was Asian Suckfest 5, Puerto Rican Coochie Sniffers 8, Fondle My Republican Nuts 12, Space Jam, which is actually a pretty clever porn title if you think about it. It's almost an onomatopoeia. But I saw another one, it was called Troubled Teens Get Stuffed. That's a real title. And I'm like, is that even a fucking fetish? Troubled teens? Because it's not enough that they're teens, asshole. They have to be troubled as well. I'm like, who even comes up with that shit? Just some creepy guy in his living room like, man, you know what make jacking off to this teenage girl even better? If her parents got divorced. I work at a discount movie theater. It's a good segue. I work at a discount movie theater. And if you don't know what a discount movie theater is, it's basically just a bunch of people that come in and they go, oh, $5 for a ticket, $4 for popcorn, and you can shit in the sink. It's either that or it's like the 50-year-old guy that comes in, he's like, I'll have one ticket to whichever movie has a rape scene in it. I actually had one guy ask me if The Hobbit was based on a true story. I'm like, the fucking title's not even based on a true word, asshole. What are you talking about? You like that one? Good. There was this other guy that came in. This guy came in a couple days ago, actually. And he just kept telling these stupid-ass jokes to all the customers. Like, this woman came in and he was like, hey, how many animals did Moses take on the ark? And she was like, what? And he's like, Moses didn't take any animals on the ark. It was Noah. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then the guy was like, what's the difference between a piano and a fish? And she's like, what? He's like, you could tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. And I was like, I just want to just fantasizing about this guy going into the theater and then coming out like 2 hours later, and I'm like, hey, how many of your tires did Moses slash? You're like, what? I said, oh, Moses didn't slash any of your tires. It was me. What's the difference between a piano and your tires? I didn't slash your piano. So that's what's going on in my life right now. I'm 27, I still live at home, and one thing about living at home is it's really awkward to have sex at my parents' house because my parents' bedroom is right next to my bedroom. And I always know when my mom can hear us because she turns the volume on the TV up. And I always know when my dad hears us because he mutes it. I'm really glad. I'm glad Christmas is over. This Christmas was terrible. Because my mom was asking for like the weirdest shit for Christmas. I'm like, Mom, what are you going to do with a coat hanger and a time machine? I like that joke because it implies that there weren't coat hangers in 1987. My Christmases are getting increasingly bad. Like when I was a kid, we used to actually go out and get a Christmas tree. Like we used to actually cut one down. And last couple years, my dad's been putting up an artificial tree. And then this year, he didn't put up a tree at all. So now I'm wondering maybe if next Christmas, we're just going to stop believing in Jesus. I was waiting for my dad to come in and be like, I didn't feel like putting up the tree this year, so I just converted us all to Islam. I said, sweet. I always wanted to be a pilot. That is the second 9/11 joke. Never forget. Speaking of Jesus, I was must have been really awkward for Jesus to have sex, considering girls would always scream out his dad's name. My girlfriend's got some junk in her trunk. And of course when I say that, I mean she has colon cancer. I'm glad you guys think my girlfriend having colon cancer is hilarious. My girlfriend's dad is also her gynecologist. I know, right? And I asked him the other day, I said, isn't it a little weird having your daughter as a patient? And he said, don't you fuck this up for me. Sorry. I'm sorry, these jokes are way too offensive. I apologize. Whenever I download child pornography, I do it smart. And I download it on my girlfriend's computer. Right? Because the cops would never even think to check a 12-year-old's computer. All right, guys, I got to get out of here, but I do have one quick story I want to share with you. Despite the rape jokes and child pornography jokes, I'm actually a pretty nice guy, and sometimes girls will take advantage of that. And I have a funny story. Someone posted on Facebook on my wall. They posted this thing about nice guys always finishing last, and it was a picture of this girl, and she was like, "You're the only guy that's ever been nice to me. Let's give it a shot." Said no woman ever. And I thought that was pretty funny. But there was like this girl that commented on it. Some girl, I don't even know her, but she commented on it and she said, "I'm so sick of all that nice guy woe is me stuff. Like that doesn't happen to girls also. Shit happens. Move on. Ha ha ha." And then this other guy posted a list about that. He's like, you don't finish last because you're nice. This is why you finish last. I'll tell you about this. And he's like, these are the things you need to do to be a better person. And then I read the list, and then I commented with a true story about my first relationship, and my story was, this is a true story. I commented, I said, unfortunately that list doesn't quite soften the blow of realizing that the girl who took your virginity is 6 months pregnant with her ex-boyfriend, or a month pregnant, sorry, I fucked that up. A month pregnant with her ex-boyfriend's baby, and then deciding that because you love her so much, you're willing to throw away your own hopes and dreams to help raise the baby. And then finding out a few months into the pregnancy that the baby has a heart defect and might not live longer than a month. And then holding her hand as you're both standing next to the baby's casket and saying it'll be okay because you both love each other and will make it through this nightmare together. And then after living together in an apartment for a year, she ends up leaving you for a guy she met who lives in Connecticut, who she says is more attractive than you. And then she moves him into your apartment for a week while you cry yourself to sleep at your parents' house every night. And then she goes back to Connecticut with him, but you still have a month left on the lease, so you have to throw away their condom wrappers and dry clean his cum out of your sheets. But other than that, yeah, good list. And apparently someone told my ex that I put that comment because she messaged me on Facebook and she was like, "What the fuck?" And I said, "What?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And she says, "Why do you have to tell people that story?" And I said, "I do stand-up comedy, that's what I do." And she said, "Why do you have to lie?" And I said, "What did I lie about?" And she said, "You know we took the sheets with us." All right, guys. Thank you guys very much.